Okay, so how's it going, dear folks? It's AK here, and this is one of my favorite spots in all of Shantou. There is just one reason, and that's because it looks a lot like Victoria Park. The Victoria Park in Toronto and the Victoria Park in Hong Kong. It's like a really run-down version of it, but still it's beautiful enough for me to really find myself a sense of both a sense of being at home and a sense of traveling in a new location. Anyways, I'm gonna cross this little bridge, and or I should say this is more like a walkway, and check out the fairly large park that's right across the street. So here's a little peek of the walkway. Really could use some cleaning, but you know, having something like this is better than not having it. So we got a canal and some water gates, as well as a couple of bridges. But the main feature of this park is the temple. This is a surprisingly large community temple. Generally, they are about the size of basically that pavilion or kiosk, or well, yeah, that's about it. But this one actually occupies an entire, I guess, an office building. And it extends for a little bit longer than that. A lot of it is being used as an activity center for the elderly. So you could see a lot of seniors gathering around here, playing mahjong and whatnot. And that one there sells incense and other religious items. These building arrangements, or this type of plan, looks significantly similar to what you would find in Fuzhou. Yeah, there are a lot of these kinds of neighborhoods in Fuzhou, and which is kind of weird because Chaoshan region is essentially an extension of the Hokkien or Minnan region. Yeah, I should say the Minnan region. And they have pretty much the same culture, like they do the same type of prayers and religion. But still, surprisingly, this part looks more like a culture that's somewhat close to it, but not exactly the same. So that's a little bit to the north in Fuzhou. And since I'm already here, I'm just gonna walk around and show how this neighborhood looks like. This is not one of the old neighborhoods. It's certainly not the stereotypical Chaoshan neighborhood. The buildings are built in the early 2000s generally. Some of them in around 2010, and some of them are built before this century. So we got stuff like groceries, cigarettes, smokes, and whatnot. A couple of barber shops. And yeah, that's pretty much how this neighborhood looks like. Great weather we have today. And that's literally the only reason I'm out. Just here to enjoy this beautiful weather. It's not too hot, the sun is shining, but it's not really making any burns on my skin because there's just enough clouds and tree coverage. A beautiful, lazy Tuesday afternoon in a coastal city. This one is open, and the water is flowing into the sea. A lot of seniors are playing poker cards and stuff. Cool little egret. Yeah. And they do clean it up before sending the water into the sea. There is a lot of treatment, and yeah, there's that water gate I was just at, along with all the elderly playing poker or mahjong. One last little look at the canal. Quite a few bridges, but this in front should be the last bridge before it reaches the estuary.